She want to be in the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Look, ooh,
You good?
Are we live?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says we live.
I just saw the little thing pop up. Okay.
Why is it saying LinkedIn says I can't be live?
Mm.
Okay. Oh, yes, remove that destination. Okay, save changes. Okay, we live. All right, we live, y'all. Wait for a couple people to join us. See if anybody does it. We might just be talking to ourselves, which is okay.
Work. I'm good with
Fine
that.
for me.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I guess we shut out where everybody your name and where we're all from. So I'll start. I'm Kay. Sister Sunflower. I have a plant shop here in Philly that'll be opening up on the 3rd of October. Also, my e-shop has been open since June 19th is when we launched. I've outgrown my house, so we expanded to a storefront.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it's excellent, but also I wasn't prepared, so it's still just me and all these orders. So we getting it together and expanding.
All right.
And then
excellent.
Go to Miss Ma'am.
Hello. Good morning. I'm PlantBlerd. I have an Instagram account, and I'm also the founder of BlackPeople.wPlants, and I'm a plant mama. I love it.
Okay.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm PlantsDeCoop. I have an Instagram account as well, PlantsDeCoop. And I'm a plant daddy. I just love
plant daddy.
Okay, plant daddy.
Yes.
Yes. So what got us all into what was our start with plants? What kind of birthed our love of plants and kind of where we are today?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll just jump right in. Mm-hmm. I grew up with plants. There's no point in my life where gardening, whether inside or outside, wasn't a part of my life with my mom and my grandmother. My grandmother had a edible garden and basically like a whole ass fruit orchard in her yard in Bridgeport, Connecticut. She migrated from Florida when she was a kid, and she just brought a little bit of that sunshine with her. So all of my childhood memories involve my hands in the dirt growing. Mm-hmm. So it was only natural that I continue that into my adulthood. And these plants are my peace. They are my they are where I go for tranquility and kind of like to ground myself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Mr. Coop?
Yeah, so I did not grow up around a lot of plants. My grandmother gardened. She grew vegetables. I know she had something she grew in the front. I just was plant blind for the most part, so I didn't notice it. Right? I loved nature as a kid, but I wasn't really noticing the little plant exposure that I did have. Right. For me, it happened when honestly, it was when my life took a really dark turn. I was in a really dark space, and I started my healing journey, and about a year into that journey, I needed something that wasn't just me, that wasn't just focused on me. And plants became literally that connector, that segue into building relationships again. I needed something that couldn't talk back, but that would show me what they needed. You know what I mean? And so that was my segue. And so from there, it just exploded. And now I'm like a little over a year and a half in, and it's everything to me. It's so important. I can't imagine my life without everything.
Same.
And like my story is kind of a hybrid of both of you all's. My family, they're from the South. We always had farms. I'm from California. I've been in Philadelphia for about 2 years. My great grandma had house plants. She had an orchard in the backyard. She had these beautiful roses in front. But we also had a family farm in Madera that we'd go to every season to help with the picking and growing and farming. We also have a pecan farm in Arkansas. So we grow up working. I don't visit because whenever I visit, they make me pick stuff, and I don't like that at all. So I was the kid who always loved spending time with her elders. So I would always ask to go to Muddy and Pop house. And so when I was tired of me being underfoot, they would throw me, go water some plants, go pick this, go pick that, go give away this tray of plums to all the neighbors. And so when I moved to Philadelphia, my family's not here. They're back in California also. And I kind of had a trauma I had to recover from last year as well. And I don't know why, but a plant ended up in my cart. A big, huge plant. And that's how I kind of got back to life, was taking care of this plant. And then I realized that plants are therapy. And that
For
kind of
real.
basically like my little plants in my life. And now I have a whole ass business around these plants.
Yep. Exactly.
But yeah, plants are, I think that's what resonates with a lot of people right now is because of COVID. Plants are therapy and self-care.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are sheltering in place alone.
Right.
And all they have is their plants and their Instagrammers and YouTubers telling them how to take care of these badass kids they just got because they have no idea how to help them thrive.
Yep.
So that's a value that we have. And I love seeing us in the space that we basically cultivated.
Yep.
So thank y'all for being here.
And I feel like for Black people, it goes even a step beyond just being plants. Like this shit is in our DNA.
It is.
You know, we are growers. Long before we hit this soil, we were always tilling and cultivating the earth. So I just feel like this is what we were always meant to be doing, you know, growing and connecting back with nature. And it feels so good to see so many of us out there. I mean, Instagram, if you follow their algorithm and their, you know, when you go on their discovery page, they'll have you thinking there aren't Black planters. Oh my God.
No.
So many.
There are
so many.
Thousands of
so
us.
many.
And growers, sellers, everything. And I am here for every bit of it.
And the cool part is everybody on that discovery page that's not melanated are in probably one of us, our DMs, asking how to take care of the plants that they have because they have no idea.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
So
speaking of the
known.
Speaking of the Black plant community, have y'all been on the Black Planters Facebook group where there's over 15,000 of us?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
All
15,000 plus. And when I tell you it is
follow y'all because I don't be getting nothing done. Okay, literally somebody's post had me laughing in somebody's face at my store yesterday. I said something like a scream just leapt out, and I'm like, I can't do this. But it's beautiful.
I love
it's beautiful plants.
It's beautiful. It's a whole ass community. Like it's a real bona fide community. You know really what's happening on the pages, behind the pages, in the DMs. You know, there's a constant group threads going on. I mean, it's real. We have made genuine connections with one another. And I mean,
15K people. I will add you since you're now a plant parent. I will add you to the Black Planters group. It's lit. It's so lit.
It is lit.
It's really lit.
But Facebook is a little bit, you know, Facebook is so problematic. I find myself not going on there much these
problematic.
days.
They do. They really do.
Right.
Yeah. But I wish I would be able to see that.
Yeah.
I literally only hop on for that.
Just for that, right? That's what you gotta do. That's what I gotta do. Exactly.
Keep it concise.
Keep it concise. Put like blinders on, like horse blinders.
Because you will be in, it'll mess up your whole day.
Oh my God.
Yes.
My God. It is not chill. They got no chill over there.
None.
No chill.
So who are your favorite?
Sorry, go ahead,
honey.
I was just going to say, I just love so much what you said, Travis, about needing something to take care of beyond yourself, you know, with plants. And, you know, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm always busy doing something, volunteering in my community, doing my little side business. So plants, not only is it something else to take care of, it's just something that only I care about. It's for me. Yeah. It's like my selfish, guilt-free pleasure. You know, I'm doing this for me. It doesn't involve anybody else. And it's like it's really important. I think people don't realize it's not selfish to carve out something that's only for you. You got to save a little something for yourself. Because you won't have anything to give to anybody else if you are not caring for yourself too. And that is what these plants really provide.
To expound on that, being as you have a multi-layered house, does anyone try to encroach upon your plant care activities or try to hone in on your plant time? Well, that's good. I know some households, people are like, you know, my husband tried to help me with my plants and he killed my black shield.
I wish I could get a little help. It's all I need. It is all I need. I can't even pay these kids to come help me water a plant. I had to put some in their room, and then I had to go rescue the babies. I was like, really? You're going to sit here and let this plant die all up in your face? All right. No plants in your room.
But you know what's funny is once they go out and start their lives, they'll remember.
I think so.
I was the same way when I was a teenager. I was like, I ain't got time for all these plants. Like, I'm not finna know.
Yeah.
And then the first thing you like you crave when you're on your own is like that familiarness of like what you grew up with.
Exactly.
I remember being away at school at 16 at a PWI by myself in my little apartment, and the first thing I did was went and bought some plants. Well, I didn't buy them. I love them little free plants they have outside of Walmart. So that's what I did in undergrad. I went and got me some of them free little plants from Walmart, and that got me through my freshman year of college.
That's right. Yep.
They was killing them little plants anyway. They need to be rescued.
Exactly. They needed a rescue. They needed a savior, right?
They did.
A plant savior.
It was. It was a recon mission.
That's what I'm saying. Superheroes, like you had to escape in.
Yeah, I couldn't wear a cape because I wasn't trying to get stuck, but I was in my all
black. Right, exactly.
My all black everything and my boots. So, what are your favorite plants right now?
Okay, so this
is such a hard question. It literally depends on the day.
Give me top five.
Top five. Okay, I can do that. My Anthurium crystallinum, my philodendron painted lady. I have them all right here, so it's easy to look. I'm a big philodendron head, so philodendron Florida Ghost. And then I'm gonna get back behind me. This one right here. This is a Thaumatophyllum Marijke. So we love that one.
He's speaking tongues out of. I'm sorry. You're about to put me to shame because I cannot hit you with the Latin name.
I don't know my plants governments. I mean, I know them, but
right. Those are plant governments. I know government names, Travis. Damn. No, you didn't. Oh my God. I'm impressed.
Most of these don't have common names. Most of these don't even have common names.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah, you a plant daddy, like you.
Yes, you are a plant daddy for real. Like you are all deep up in it. Like I kind of know the scientific names and Latin names, sort of, but I never dare like try to speak them out loud because I know, I'm gonna butcher them.
Here's the thing: it's a dead language, so just say it with confidence.
It is a dead language. You know what? Thank you. Thank you for that.
That's it.
Thank you for that. They ain't even gonna know. They're not gonna know. Who gonna know? Who gonna check me?
Who gonna check me?
Thank you for that.
But somebody will. Somebody will. They will leviosa you in a minute.
Okay, exactly. Oh my God. Okay, so I think that my current top fives right now are my pink princess philodendron. That's easy. And I never tire of my ZZ Raven. I love that plant with the black ass leaves. I mean, that plant is my fave. And I am all up in Hoyas right now. I came a little bit late to the party and I'm wide open. Like my nose is open. I just want Hoyas. Some days I feel like I'm going to get rid of some and just focus on, a couple of families because they're kind of all over the place. But I love my Hoya macrophylla variegata. Did I get that right?
Yes.
You got yes.
That's exactly what that is, right? It's sitting right here. Yes. And my obovata, I love it. It has big, giant, enormous, perfectly round, circular, waxy leaves. I mean, I can't get enough. Where am I? Is that 4? And I think that I would have to say maybe my Thai constellation that I won in a giveaway.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because I don't know if I would ever come out my pockets for one. I don't know. I mean, I love these plants, but when you buy the very expensive plants, it feels like gambling, and I don't gamble.
Oh, see, I'm a gambling fool.
I'm too.
Same,
I will buy a leaf.
Let's see what happens.
Like one little leaf, because the way my budget is set up, okay, I'll get that one little leaf, give me that one little leaf and we're going to cultivate it, let it graduate from the one leaf club. It won't be a whole ass plant for, a couple of months, but I'm okay. I'm in this for the long game.
I'm like, fuck it. Let's see what happens. If it die, it die. So my favorites are actually, my OG favorite is Miss Viola. She's my big, huge peace lily. She will always, if I had a fire, like me and Miss Viola, it's going to be me and like my MacBook and Miss Viola are going out the door and that's it.
Okay.
What else?
Oh shit! Ooh, that's something to think about. Who you grabbing in a fire?
Yeah, that just Miss Viola. That's it. We going. She heavy too. I done repotted her 3 times. That's a big heifer.
Gosh.
So we will have to struggle. My Stromanthi trial star.
Love that one.
The only Calathea that survived this year was that one. They hard plants, but I think part of it's because she's so large that she can kind of self-maintain herself. What else? What else are my favorites? I do love my my variegated Hoya exotica. She is a new favorite. I didn't realize I liked those till I got those.
Yes.
My Nana's pothos, my great grandma have a cutting of one of her pothos that I had, and that one will always be my favorite. That plant is probably, the mother plant is at least 80 years old.
Yes, I love that.
So I've had this one. It's the one piece of cutting I bought with me from California.
Wow.
So she's my fave.
That's beautiful.
My black coral snake plant, which I was not a snake plant fan before I started getting this kind of selling plants. But they are dope. And these ZZ plants, I have this big, huge ZZ that I took a cutting of.
Yep.
That just keeps throwing me new leaves like every other day we have a new stem. So my plants, even though they're common, there's room for everybody in the plant game. The exotic plants and the common plants also.
Room for everybody.
Don't be out here because somebody spent $200 on a plant thinking you have to do the same. Like,
I agree.
Stay in your lane. It's okay.
Yep, stay in your lane. And there's so many, it's like they're only called common because they're easy for developers to grow.
Exactly.
You know, and people, when they're kind of entering the game, if you don't know, sellers will slap that label rare on anything. Every plant ain't rare. It might be sometimes hard to find in your area, but it is not a rare plant.
Correct.
And they really should just say, not difficult to adapt to domestic conditions. Like call it what it really is. You know. So I'm all for
the streets. It's gonna be difficult to grow in your house.
Yep. Exactly. I'm all for the common babies. My house is full of them. I have some hard to find. I hate that word rare, but you know those old reliables. Give me those girls because I know myself.
And my biggest seller are marble queens, which I'm not knocking it, but I'm like, that's the easiest plant to care for. Like, and I'm
and they're beautiful.
Hard to find.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. Yeah, no, I love me a good pothos. I've evolved into my final anti-form. Like, I love me a good trailer.
I know.
A good trailer.
I know. I feel like, I'm auntie. I'm auntie for real.
For real.
Give me them pothos. Give me them snake plants. Yep. Yeah. It's going to be Nana's house in a minute.
Oh, you're expecting a grandbaby?
No. God. No,
I'm sorry.
Nana's house.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I didn't mean nothing by it.
I meant Nana's house, like, Nana had all the snake plants and the pothos and, the leaves would be all dusty.
Yes. And when the kids get upset, you go dust off that plant.
Right, exactly.
That was my first job at Mother Dear House, was going off and having to clean all them vines off.
Yep.
With that spray bottle of vinegar and water and her little cloth. Go wipe off my plants.
Oh shit! Look, vinegar and water.
Okay, vinegar and water.
One.
Yes. Just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, never tried vinegar and water. Ah.
But
that is an excellent tip. Thank you very much.
No problem. So since we're on plant tips, what's the best plant tip you ever got, or that you would love to share with the people?
Oh, I know mine. So for me, it is know that there are multiple different ways to care for plants. So just because one person, something works in their conditions, they may not work in your conditions.
May not
so
work
I
always
say, learn as much as you can, but then also know that you're going to be your best teacher, the actual experience.
Exactly.
So get more interest in the experience of caring for your plants than trying to get the quick answer, because it may not work for you.
Exactly. Whenever anybody asks me, what should I? Well, it depends.
It depends. That's always the answer. It depends.
It depends. I mean, what I'm doing here, you might not have southern facing windows. You may have to figure out a different lighting condition. Your house may be a little more moist than my very dry house. So you really do have to do the work for yourself. You have to experiment and get that knowledge on your own. There's obviously some hard and fast rules. They need light, they need water. But beyond that, it's really, I mean, look at your setup. You have plants, I'm sure, in there, Travis. I could never. But that's because you have created this whole little eco environment. So I can't
but
ask
also with a lot of plants I have in here, like I have a little mini greenhouse over here that I showed y'all, a little mini greenhouse, right? But the thing about it is, like, even though they're getting greenhouse conditions, they would grow outside of that, but it would just grow slower and the leaf shape would look different. So that's the thing. It's like, yes, it may look a little different, but plants can actually thrive in several different conditions. There's some hard and fast rules, like you said, but there's also like a range of things that plants can grow in, and they are resilient. They are resilient.
That's exactly right.
I say plants are Black people. We go work it out wherever we have to be. Like we go adjust to whatever situation we have to because we want to live. So if you come outside and it's dry, I'm gonna dig my roots deep and find some water.
Okay, exactly. They're gonna work it out. And I mean, I don't know if it's I guess it was a tip that I received, and it's the one that I tell everybody: don't play yourself. Your pot needs drainage. Don't think you could put some pebbles in the bottom, some broken up clay pots, whatever other little doohickey. No, you need a hole in the bottom of that pot. Period. On T in the discussion. There's no, because people always, can I use it? No, you can drop the nursery pot in there. Don't plant in that pot without a hole. So,
or get you a drill. Get you a drill and drill holes in the bottom.
Drill holes in the bottom. I drill holes in the bottom of everything. And everything is a planter. Everything.
Listen.
Everything.
I have a plant in a red vine bucket right now. I ate a whole thing. Don't judge me. Quarantine happened. Eating a whole thing of red vines. I'm like, this would look cute with a plant in it. So I got a whole bunch of roots growing in this little red vine container, and it's cute.
Exactly. Candle holders, they're beautiful. I drilled a hole in them.
I gotta show y'all one of my favorites. This is a cup.
Yes. Okay. I love a mug planter. Oh, look how adorable.
It's so cute.
It is so cute.
So cute.
It's a little unicorn. It's so cute.
Right. And it's like, can you actually drink out of that? No, it was meant for a plant. It was low-key meant for a plant.
Everything is a planter.
Everything is a plant.
I have a mug plant in my bedroom. I broke my favorite Ravenclaw mug, and I put it back together. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna leave this piece out and make it up. I cried so hard. I cried. It was just one of them days where you just like, everything hates me.
Yeah.
So the best tip I got was not to replant. And it's funny that it's such like a pedestrian tip, but not to repot as soon as you get a plant.
No.
But for me, I was like, I don't know what them people was doing to the plant at they other mama house. Let me put them in soil that I know is good, but not realizing it was shocking the hell out of the plant.
Right.
So letting it chill. So that was probably the best plant tip I ever got. And I haven't a lot of my pots haven't been repotted in a while.
I am not a repotter. It's like, let that plant ride. I will keep it quarantined. That's another thing people should do when you bring a new plant in. Do not immediately introduce it to all of your other green babies. Let it, chill over there in the corner by itself. But then after that, when I, decide and it confirmed that it is pest free, it's still going to stay in that nursery pot until the roots are coming out. For me, that's when it's time. I don't repot quickly. I think that they've been growing in those conditions, and Travis, like, they're coming from a greenhouse where their conditions were perfect. I need them to acclimate here. I don't want to add to that trauma. Give them new soil and stuff. Just let it ride out.
I think that's one mistake a lot of us make too.
Right, that have been in plastic, the same pot now, for at least a year and a half, at least.
Now, the only time I'll chance that is if I get it and the soil is trash.
So,
like, I've had people give me plants and the soil is like straight up dirt with like no drainage. And I'm like, in a greenhouse, maybe that makes sense because you have light overhead coming from all directions and it can use up that water. I was like, but in my conditions, like if it's just trash for my conditions, then I'll change it. But every other time,
I'll do that too if like the soil's too wet. I've had a lot of plants because you couldn't resist buying that $4 plant at Home Depot. So you bring it home because it was $4 and it's just soaking wet.
Soaking wet.
But I tell people all the time, like, don't rush to take your pots out of their plate clothes. Don't put them in church clothes.
Right.
They thriving in that plastic pot, doing what they doing. They don't need no rush. Yeah.
Right.
Leave them and let them live. They all
Let
right.
them live. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I would say, buy plants where they sell plants. If they sell the plant, you can buy the plant.
That part.
So
that part.
I get them where I see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's it.
That
like there are no places off limits for me to buy a plant. Mm-mm. There's, I'm gonna get it. If it looks good, it looks healthy, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it.
I even buy plants off people. Like I will buy a bodega clipping in a minute.
Yeah. Yes.
In a minute. Hey, Pop, can I clip your plant? I give you $5 for a little clip and I give Pop those.
Exactly.
I love it.
I love the bodega plants because
bodega plants be thriving.
Here, take a piece.
Yes.
Bodega plants be thriving. Okay.
Thriving.
It's the old cat and the mouse trapping.
Okay. Living their best life.
Living their best life.
Yes. But yeah. So no, I've gotten plants from the nail shop. Like
yes.
Whoever sells plants, and people are very free with people. I know pension is a hot topic in the community. People love giving clippings if you just ask.
Oh my God! Yes,
they love sharing plant love. Like, yeah, like, hey, can I just get a pinch of your plant? They love it.
They love it. Yeah. They love it. Yep. Yeah, my nail salon up here. Their ZZs are. I've never seen ZZs this big. Mm-hmm. They must be like at least 20 years old because they are huge. Yeah. They are big, giant floor plants. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Like
they'll grow big. They will grow big. If you crowd them, they'll get huge.
Yes,
they love being crowded.
They like to be crowded. Yeah. You do not need to repot a ZZ. Let it get all the way root bound.
Yeah, all the way. But
I do have two that I want to combine because I hate watering pots. That's what I call it. I'm not watering plants. I hate all the extra pots. Mm-hmm. I want to put them in two, but I'm like, I'm afraid to mess with them. They're doing so well.
Mm. The ZZ's bounce back is spectacular. Like they bounce back. They bounce back they're a testament to anybody going through anything. Get you a ZZ and watch them bounce back, and you bounce back.
Okay. All right. All right.
Come back from the hardest. I had got one. Mail has been horrible, and I've gotten a few return packages that I've sat in the mail for like 2 weeks. Every ZZ I've gotten back has been like, hey, open the box, like, hey, Pooh.
Hey.
How you doing? Long time no see.
Oh my God.
I'm a little yellow, but put me in the window. I'll be fine.
Right.
I had a Raven ZZ that was in the mail for like a month. Mm-hmm. Not phased. Not phased.
Sis is resilient. Like when I tell you Miss ZZ.
I love
those plants are very resilient. What else? Anybody have any wish list plants?
Who don't have wish list? Please.
Woo, what you said.
Okay, better question. What are your top 3 wish list plants?
Okay.
Go ahead, Travis. You lead.
Okay. I'm about to throw it out. Okay.
He's gonna go. He's gonna give us feminine names again. Watch.
He's gonna hit us.
Okay, so y'all gonna laugh at this name. Thematophyllum bipanatophytum variegata.
Come on.
Okay.
Now. I have no idea what that plant is.
I'm gonna have to Google her. Siri, what's that?
For real. Right. Another one I would say is a Philodendron bilietiae variegata.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. So pretty. And then I would say an Anthurium ace of spades.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
It's like a deep black heart shape. You have that one?
I have that
Jelly.
I have that.
Ooh,
and
so
guess
pretty.
where I found it?
Where?
Home Depot of all places.
Quit playing.
Like
I was shocked. No, just sitting there, a whole table of them.
Wow.
You know how it is. Sometimes you go into those big box stores and it's like, really, y'all got a whole ass tray of, variegated, Hoya compactas. It's hit or miss.
Yeah.
And they had a whole table of the Ace of Spades. I had never ever seen it in that color ever.
Wow.
I do have it. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Okay, we'll talk offline.
Yeah.
Speaking of sharing is caring.
Okay.
And what about you, Miss Blerd?
I just want all the Hoyas. Like, I want right now. I really, really want a reverse variegated Hoya compactor. That's where the white is coming from the edge of the leaf, and it's green down the middle, not green on the edge with white in the middle, or is it backwards? It's called reverse variegated. I can't remember. It's the Maulana, right? Isn't that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. That is my number one wish list right now. And I also would really, really love a philodendron red heart. I think they're so pretty. So pretty.
With the red down the middle, right?
Yes, with the red down the middle. Oh, wait, that shit is so pretty. I love that plant. And even though I'm always swearing off of begonias, I talk about them so bad. I just can't resist them. I am a sucker for a begonia. But I have learned that cane begonias are so much easier to grow than the Rex begonias. So I would love that angel wing, the pink minx it's called. And it looks like black and pink. It's got, the leaves are kind of black and the spots are pink. I mean, I'm just dying for that plant. Ooh. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
See, me and begonias don't play. Like, they pretty, but you can grow them and I'll look at them.
But it's the cane begonias are so easy. They really are different from the rest of them.
I just tossed 2 cane begonias. Maybe it's just me.
You yeeted the plants?
I was tired of it. I was like, you're bringing me too much stress and taking up valuable space. You gotta go.
Oh my God, you gotta go. Okay, I feel that. I'm trying to think about my calatheas. When I first started collecting, I was just so in love with them when I started moving beyond, like, you know, when you're on Instagram and you're discovering all these new plants, right? And I have a lot of them, and I'm kind of over all the drama that they bring. I'm just sick of it.
Thanks so much.
I'm sick of the crispy ass edges and the spider mites, and it's like, nah, bitch, nah.
I'm good.
I think it's time for us to break up. I really do.
Same. I'm same about calatheas.
I think I'm about to quit them, which it's hard for me to believe I'm even saying that, because there was a time, you know, where I was just all about calatheas. That's it.
I have a white fusion outside right now, Raven. I'm gonna throw her ass away. I went, like, literally, I was like, and I try to rescue every plant, but this plant, it was really like, you know what? You can suck it. Like, get out my house.
That is the prettiest plant, but it is the most finicky.
And I went outside. I'm like, look at this heifer over here, just pushing out leaves on top of leaves on top of leaves.
Yep.
You will stay outside, and I'm not bringing you back in the house. You will stay out. You will survive the winter or not.
Yep.
You're not coming back in here.
I rescued one. She came back all the way, had me feeling like a super damn hero. And then for no reason at all, she died. Just died. Just gave up the ghost.
I feel like they don't like humans.
Over it.
Right.
Yeah. They don't like people. Get away from me. I don't touch you.
And it's just one of those plants. They for the streets, like you said. They for the street. They're not meant to be up in your house. They need a greenhouse like what you have set up.
For real though. See, that's the thing. Like, I only have one calathea that I've grown successfully right now, and it's the rattlesnake calathea. That one's probably the easiest of them all.
Than the rest, and
I've been thinking about getting back into calatheas only because I have a greenhouse. I think they would be happier in there. But my only fear is spider mites. Between them and alocasia, spider mites they are magnets. They are
different boxes. Different boxes love spider mites too.
Yeah. So my bird of paradise got hit with spider mites bad this year.
Yeah.
And I got 3 from 3 different places, and they all got spider mites, and they were nowhere near each other. Because you can only have BLPs in certain areas, so like only have 2 windows they could live in, so that's where they were, every single one. And actually, that's a good segue. Joy asked about touching on pest control. What do you all use for pest control in your environments?
I have an arsenal. I got a straight up arsenal.
Okay.
So for my general pest care, like preventative, I use a mixture of neem oil and a little bit of liquid soap. I will double down and use insecticidal soap as the liquid soap mixed with the neem.
Okay.
So I spray the soil, I spray the leaves. Even if I don't see anything, neem is harmless for plants.
Yeah.
So I do that just like on occasion, just as like maintenance. When I'm going really hard, I sprinkle the soil with a systemic by Bonide, and they're little granules, and the plant takes the pesticide up into its roots, and it becomes pest resistant.
Okay.
Like you can't, it's illegal. They can't even sell it in Connecticut, and you cannot get it on edible plants. Obviously, it's only for ornamental shit. So all of the plants outside, they're going to get hit with that before they come inside. And then for spider mites, I recently ordered something off of the dark web called Floramite.
I'm a program for kids. Okay. See how hard for them mamas go for their babies?
Okay, I'm going to put on a whole ass hazmat suit later. You got to mix this. You got to bring the water to the proper pH levels. I have to wear PPE, a mask, goggles, gloves. I can't enter the area after I've sprayed, but I'm going to do what I have to do because I am sick of spider mites. And spider mites are not insects. So
They're
anything
aphid.
that you're using insecticidal wise is only benign on a spider mite. It will manage the condition, but it will not eliminate their asses.
Correct.
And that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
I need to annihilate them because they spread too easily. And it's like, once you get them, you just cannot get rid of them, and they will destroy your plant.
They will.
And I'm not here for that.
They will. So, Bonita asked what spider mites are. Spider mites is something I'm not trying to turn you
You
up.
don't want them.
What they are. You don't want them. They little assholes.
Little assholes.
Little assholes. So if you see a
assholes.
lot of fine webbing on your plants,
And
you
if they look
probably have
dusty.
spider mites. You can't see them with the naked eye because they're minuscule. They're tiny. They're tiny, but you can see the evidence of their destruction before you see them.
So here's a tip. One of the best tips, and I actually have never done it. Have you, Travis, gotten a jeweler's loop or a 10-time magnifying glass to really inspect your plants?
Yes.
That's what I do.
Yes, if you do that, you can see them much closer, and you can, because sometimes I can't tell. I'm like, is that just dust on my leaves?
Right.
Because spider mites are microscopic, right?
Yeah.
So definitely getting a magnifying glass, it really helps a lot.
When they're in that nymph and like larva stage, you cannot see them. You only see the adult. You see the adult. So when you see the adult, it's too late.
It's too late.
Right. And another way that I've learned to look for spider mites is, so they'll bite into the plant to get the like juices and whatnot from the plant, and they leave these little bitty tiny dots, and they're usually in clusters.
Like
so if I'm doubting it, I'll take the leaf and look up through the light, and if I can see those little dots, I'm like, okay, they've definitely been here at this point. But that means they've like done some damage at that point.
And they're hard to get rid of. They're really hard to get rid of. And there are some species of like favorites, like the Calathea, everybody loves them, the Alacosia, the different Bacchias, and they're spider mite prone. So you got to be ready. You got to stay ready. So you ain't got to get ready.
Get ready. That part. What about you, Travis, with your tried and true pest control?
So I'm currently experiencing spider mites and thrips in my collection, and it's because I didn't do any preventative care. So it's like I got slowed down on my preventative care, and it's going crazy. So I'm going ham right now. So I have a lot of big leaf plants, so this works for me. If you have a lot of small leaf plants, this won't work. I'm using alcohol, water, and dish and peppermint soap mixture, and I spray them down really good. And then I take a makeup brush, and I literally get in all the crevices on the leaves and make sure I'm disturbing any possible starts of those bites. The makeup part. It'll get anything that possibly could be on the leaf without damaging the leaf. So you don't want like a hard makeup brush, but a softer one. And then after that, I'll use something called Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. And that works well because it's actually made...
I feel like a drink.
Say that name again. Say that name because I'm taking notes.
Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. So that's my second line of attack. And with that, I'll just spray the entire plant, make sure it's like dripping, and then put it somewhere they can dry off so it doesn't, so the water doesn't sit on the leaves, because that'll then create bacteria, fungus, all that stuff. And then because the plants that are in here are contained to one room, I also use beneficial insects. So I use beneficial nematodes that are microscopic bugs that I pour in every plant, and they take care of about 250 different types of possible pests in the soil. So if there's any eggs or larvae, they're called beneficial nematodes. Just make sure you get the ones that there are some that only go down like 3 inches, and there are some that go straight to the bottom half of plants. So you want to try to get ones that have both of those types in it, and they will take care of any possible eggs or larvae that are in the soil. And then if it's really bad, I'll also get things called green lacewings. And the larvae of green lacewings will take care of, they will kill, you can literally see them chomping on spider mites. And you put those out and they're take care. Yeah.
I'm like, lady, get out. Oh, no. Have you ever tried ladybugs? I've also heard people use ladybugs.
I've heard of that. I haven't used them, but yeah, I've heard people use ladybugs.
Ladybugs work, but ladybugs will take over your house. Like if they have a lot of things to do, like ladybugs will move in.
Oh, okay.
They will move in. They will crawl wherever it's warm. They'll crawl up in there and they'll just go ahead and chill out for they little hibernation time, and then they will take. I love them, so it doesn't bother me. But it's kind of weird to have guests come over and they're just like, "My man's just ladybugs." Like,
So. I mean, it's ironic. I love plants and gardening. I am so bug averse. I am just like I have almost broken my leg running from a bee.
Oh,
it's like, we just. I wanted to try the beneficial insects, but I'm too.
That's okay. That's all right.
Do the nematodes, because you'll never even see them. They just literally
they're super tiny.
You just put them on the soil. I have like there's some plant shops around me that sell them.
Yeah.
I
think find them at plant shops and also at pet stores, like exotic pet stores. Will have them.
Pet stores will have them. Yeah.
The local nursery here, they sell ladybugs, but I've never seen any of the other beneficial bugs. And I've never had to battle thrips. I have not. Look, let me knock on some damn wood.
Right.
Look.
This is my first time, so I'm like, y'all gotta go. Because the thing about thrips,
I don't know what they look like.
They leave behind little small, what looks like black, like tiny little pebbles almost, right? And the larvae have I think they're different forms, but the one I was battling is like a little small, like clear body with that little black dot that I was talking about on the back, and they're crawling. You'll see the damage. It leaves what looks like.
Why do they have to be assholes and just
I know.
They just want to live too. They want to live.
Here's the thing with thrips. Here's the things with thrips. You don't want thrips because once they get in their adult form, they can fly. So they can fly to your other plants easily. Like with spider mites and everything else, they don't fly. The wind can blow them around. But with thrips, they can fly. So you don't want to get them in adult form because your plant can take a hit.
And the thing about pests that's amazing to me is they literally come out of nowhere.
How'd you get here? How'd you get
here?
Nowhere.
Yeah.
I have a ZZ that is at least like 3 or 4 years old. I walked by it one day and it had scale. And I'm like, but why, God? Where? But where?
How?
Where? How?
Having here like that, how did you get here?
Get like the smallest little cracks. They can get through the small cracks.
Like, where the fuck is it coming from? I just it boggles my brain and it really frustrates me.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Another question about, do you name your plants? I name a lot of my plants.
Yeah. My plants. Yes, everybody got a name.
What about
everybody? Not everybody. I got to a point where I was like, once I got past like 60, I was like, okay, y'all, I can't name all y'all. You got to be real special for you to come in this place and get a name.
I think about 5 don't have names.
I stick with alliteration. So if it's, pothos, then it's probably going to be Polly. Like my golden pothos is Gloria. I can't get too fancy, you know? And there probably definitely are some that do not have names, and some that probably all share the same name, you know, but I name them a little bit. And I use I don't know the Latin names as well as you do, Travis. I also just use my common names mostly.
I need to grab my charger, guys. Hold on. Keep the convo going, please. I'll be right back.
Like I departed from my alliteration with her name is Grace Jones because she's Black and beautiful and fierce.
Yes.
Fierce.
I love my pink princess. I love that plant. It is beautiful.
Oh my God, yours is gorgeous. Do you keep it in the greenhouse?
I keep it right down here. It's right beside me, actually. Yeah. Oh, it's not in the greenhouse. No. It's actually out here. But even
So I have a pink princess care question for you. I have two of them, but one of them, the leaves are so small. They won't get big. The leaves, it's a really small, and they have the same growing conditions. It's weird to me. I don't get it. It doesn't need more humidity.
What comes to mind right away for me is you have them both climbing something.
Yes.
Or like attached to something.
You know one of the small ones it did not. So I did just put a pole in it.
That's probably a big part of it.
That's probably it.
What's brilliant about plants, and I didn't even realize this, is like, moss poles, yes, we want them to dig their aerial roots into the moss poles, right? But I didn't realize even if they don't attach to the moss pole, they know when they're upright and supported, period. So if you put literally just a bamboo stake, right, and they didn't attach, they would still get bigger leaves. It would just go at a little slower rate. I think that's crazy that a plant just knows when it's supported without even grabbing on with the aerial. That's just crazy to me.
Now, speaking of moss poles, let's talk moss poles. I have them in my Monstera deliciosa, and I think that's the only one. I've kind of given up on moss poles because I just cannot keep the pole wet enough for the aerial roots to actually attach and start to climb on their own. So,
I'm in the same boat. One, they smell funny when they always wet. And two, they will, the moisture from the pole will drip to the soil.
Right.
So I had to stop watering the plant by only watering the pole.
I only water the pole. Yeah. Like I have not had any success with the plant actually climbing on its own. I'm helping it.
Yeah. So I'll show y'all what I use. I use coir poles.
Okay.
I actually don't focus on keeping the poles wet because I think there's two ways to do it. Either you can make sure the pole is consistently moist, which is a struggle if you don't have. They have self-watering poles that are now a thing, but if you don't have that, then it's a lot. So the other option is just to make sure your humidity is consistent. And at least at like 50%. Like if you're at like 50% consistently, that's enough moisture in the air that the roots will still attach.
Okay. Yeah. That's impossible.
So I focus on that. It's impossible. Like it dries out within a couple hours.
Yeah. Right. And if I set it up my plants are all over the house when they're inside. When they're outside and taking up the moist air, they're all in one location. But when they're back inside, I'm chasing the light. So some are in the dining room, some are over in the kitchen where it's really bright. So I find it hard to maintain humidity levels over 50 for any of them. I've kind of given up on that. I use pebble trays and occasionally the humidifier, but it's not.
When I tell you, I have 2 crock pots, 2 humidifiers, and 3 oil warmers trying to maintain humidity in this joint for these days.
How do you do the crock pot?
You can either fill it with water and turn it on low and just let it boil all day, or you can set a towel inside, a moist towel.
I've never heard of that.
Crock pot. Yeah, you can use your
genius.
Nesco roaster.
I love all the stuff I'm learning right here talking to you two.
Listen, we are almost at time though. We got 11:50.
Okay.
Hard stop.
Oh
so,
yeah, 11:50.
Yeah.
So dang.
Yeah. So we have till 10 more minutes, but I know you guys have things to do. So if you want to continue, we can. We can go until 12, but it's up to you all.
All right, yeah, we can get those last 10 minutes in.
Yeah, last 10 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, no, use what you got. Like I have a bunch of oil warmers that I always broke up. I broke up the centers of them, so I just put mason jars, fill with water in them, and turn them on, and we chase the humidity.
Yeah, I'm all about the pebble trays. All of my plants, when they come inside, I do sit them on pebble trays, and I will use any damn thing for a pebble tray.
Listen,
aluminum foil tray, it don't look pretty.
Hey,
but it's getting the job done, just fill it with rocks and keep the saucer in between so the plant is not sitting in the water. That's, I think, a mistake some people make. They put the nursery pot right on the pebbles.
Yeah.
You have to put something in between so that it doesn't take up the water. So that does help, but I find that to really get like over the 50%, I tried, it just has proven impossible unless I, put it in I love how you have that whole room. That's your plant room. Like if I confine them to one room, then maybe I could, but I'm also selfish. It's like if I confine them to the one room, I don't see them. I got to go to that room. And I want, I want to see them when I'm moving about. So it is what it is. I spend
a lot of time down here. Don't you worry. I spend a lot of, anytime I have to come down here for anything, even if I'm like, okay, babe, I'm gonna get the vacuum cleaner real quick. He knows that means at least 10 minutes later I'll be back because I'm gonna get stuck in here because I have to come through the plant room and I'm here just like looking and touching and then I gotta water real quick. So trust, I spend a lot of time down here. And I have some plants like out in the open that aren't in this space, but this space is like a lot of my plants that I want to really baby. I want to really baby. I keep
Yeah,
that
the hard
so cool.
part.
I love that setup.
I do
love
too.
it.
The hard part is what's optimal for plants is not always optimal for humans. Because listen,
and that's, you got to learn that.
These children prefer it to be 67% humidity and 75 to 80 in the house. And mama can't deal. I'm a big girl. Like I know I need. So I literally spent all summer in my bedroom with the air on in there because the AC does not work for them out here at all.
No.
Right.
They started acting up. They're like, no, mother.
That's such a good point, especially like going into winter for people with houseplants, like knowing that like AC and heat is going to dry out the air so bad, and your plants are going to take a hit. So if you have some way to supplement that, then but if not, just expect you're going to see a change.
You are.
Yep, I put pots on the radiator, and they're like, "What is this? This don't look right. Shut up."
Yeah, mind your business. Mind your business.
Mind your business. Mind your business. I put it away when the company comes. Ain't nobody up in here.
I don't. No, my plant's listener. You a visitor. You don't like it? Don't come over.
That is too funny. Oh my god! I was just going to tell y'all something. And the other thing that people, myself included, have to learn is like, you get these plants and you have this idea of how you want to stage them. But if that light ain't right, you can't put that plant there. I wanted to put my fiddle leaf figs in the living room and show out. You can't go in the living room. It's too damn dark in the living room. She upstairs where don't nobody see her but us. But like, it's what it is. So reality, it's like runway versus reality. You see, you open up these beautiful design magazines and they have these plants. It's like, that's bullshit.
They'll trick you. They'll trick you.
Survive in that corner. Don't let them fool you.
Yes.
You can't put no bird paradise in the corner of your living room.
No.
You can't put no fiddle leaf fig in the corner. It's not going to work. It's going to die.
Yeah.
So,
someone just asked, they said they have some plants on the porch on the season change. They don't have an indoor place for them. You might have to find one.
For real though.
Yeah, because
that's it. You might have to move some furniture.
Yeah, I mean, there's been times I look at my love seat every day like, bitch, do I really need you? Because I got plants.
My plants straight up took over a window bench. It was like, don't nobody sit there.
Yeah.
That's a plant bench. Don't nobody sit their ass on that window. Plants are going there.
Yeah. And if you have a secondary bathroom, that's a great place for that gets decent light, can maintain warmth.
Right, decent light and warmth.
I think Erica she has a few plants that are thriving low light plants, so they'll do good in bathrooms. And that's a place to kind of maintain temperature. You can. I've seen people that have covered their plants, like insulated them outside, like covered them in like insulated materials and then put like a bag over the top so they stay warm. I just don't know if that.
You could not do that in New York. Yeah. I could never get away with that in New York.
Yeah. It's cold. Like in California, I never put my plants in ever. Like they all lived outside.
Right.
They're fine. Right. But we have not 8 to 9 months of warmth all year.
Right.
I mean, our winter low was like 50, if that.
Right. Where are you, Travis?
I'm in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Oh, you're in North Carolina. Okay.
I'm zone 7A. That's right.
Okay.
What
put it down there.
I'm
in 6.
I think I'm the same as you.
Yeah, you're the same as me. Yep. So none of us are in warm places. We cannot leave plants outside over the winter time.
Yeah.
Not these.
By tomorrow, plants. I got to bring mine in by tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it, but I have to.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, I'm not ready. I thought that I had until at least, like top of October. So I have to really step up.
We got some time. It was. I think it was warm through November. Because I didn't pull my winter coat out till I want to say Thanksgiving time.
Right. So I have to do the whole plant inspection and everything today and get them ready, bring them inside because it's going to be 47 degrees and they cannot.
They can't.
What's happening here? Something weird. Okay.
Okay, so we got 3 minutes left. It's been great.
Oh, this is great.
It was beautiful. I love it. We have to add each other on all the grams.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm at Sister Sunflower.
Sister Sunflower. Okay, I got you.
My feet is, I think we already follow each other at PlantBlerd.
I think so. Yeah.
My feet have been dry. I have been super swamped, and I don't want to take on new customers when I can't properly service the ones that I have right now. So we're in growth mode. We should be opening on October 3rd. So I'll have some bandwidth freed up and you'll see.
That's great. Uh-oh, we lost her.
Oh, dang. At least it was at the end.
Exactly. Oh, this is fun though.
Yeah, this was really fun.
Yeah, this was really good. I'm going to DM you about that plant.
Yes, do. Okay. And I saw some of y'all that had a couple questions that did get answered. Like, just DM all of us, and we can.
How do you see the questions? I can't see the questions.
Over on the side where it says private chat. Do you see that? Click comments.
It's open. Okay. There it is.
Yeah. So I'm at PlantSdeCoop.
And I'm at PlantBlerd and Black People with Plants. Feel free to pop in and ask us questions.
Yeah, for sure. We lost you for a second.
Yeah.
But I guess I didn't.
That's funny. Somebody said this conversation is making me itch. It must have been about the pest.
The pest.
Sorry. I mean, that's part of plant parenting.
It is. It's probably my least favorite part, honestly, is the pests.
It is, but I wish that more people would tell you the ugly side of plant parenting.
Yes.
It comes because no one talks about it. Like, no, they get bugs.
Right.
Sometimes mice dig into your house plants. These bugs will die. They will mold. They will smell.
Yep.
They will commit suicide and jump off shelves.
Yep. It's like if you're only looking at, you have to remember, if you're only looking at Instagram, those are very carefully curated. They're only showing you the best.
Yeah.
That's not real life, like behind the scenes, it's a struggle. And plant parenting is not a passive hobby.
It's not.
It is not.
It is not. When I am watering all of these plants, they're not all on the exact same schedule, but enough of them are. It takes me hours.
Yeah.
Hours.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fam. I think that's our time. This has been real. Yay!
Thank you. Y'all, that was so fun.
And I will see y'all on the gram.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, fam.
Bye.